Hi guys, Geechu64 here, and today we're talking physical media. It's Physical Media Tuesday, and today I'm going to be doing a collection update. I've not done a collection update video on this channel in like almost 8 months. It was that DVD collection update video that I did, where I just wanted to show some of the DVDs I'd picked up, and that was all I focused on. A lot of you found my channel through that video. If you found my channel because of that video, welcome. I was trying to do collection videos every few months. I'm obviously way behind. It's been almost a year since I've done like a regular collection update video. In that time, my collection has grown a lot. Obviously, I've gotten some new releases and quite a few Steelbooks, but the vast majority of my collection has really been picking up stuff from my local used bookstore. So I've got a variety of stuff. I had to build a whole nother shelf here off screen and start filling it out. So there's no way I'm going to be able to catch up in one video. It's going to be spread over a few videos, but I've got about 4 huge stacks here that I want to go through here in this video and share with you guys and talk about, let you know the kind of deals that I got and what I picked up. You know, I think it's always fun to do these collection updates and share with you guys as the collection grows. With all that said, let's just go ahead and jump into the video. All right, none of this stuff is in any particular order. I'm just going to be pulling it off. I've got 4 huge stacks over here to go through. So first up is My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. This is the latest My Hero Academia movie. I really like the series. I like the movies. I believe this is the 3rd movie, if I'm not mistaken. It came out last year. I was waiting to pick it up once it went on sale or something, because it was like $23 for the longest time on Blu-ray, and that's kind of how a lot of these animes tend to be. They kind of are high priced. I ended up picking this one up for the 2 for 3 deal that Target had recently. So I got a pretty good deal on it, and I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. Next up are the one of the Steelbook Mondos that Walmart's been getting. And now these were previously released Mondo covers. I do really like this. I've always wanted this one, and with Walmart re-releasing these, I was like, yeah, these are not going to make it into stores. But guess what? I picked this up in the store, and it's really awesome. Glad I picked it up. This is the 4K. I didn't have Guardians of the Galaxy on 4K. I only had it on Blu-ray. So yeah, this is a pretty good pickup. Obviously, I'm as a Steelbook collector and a Mondo fan. And for the good era of MCU, this one's good. And the other one I picked up, which I haven't opened yet, is the Avengers one. And again, on 4K, these were kind of pricey. They were $35 a piece. Once you throw tax on it, it's pretty expensive. But I really, like I said, I really like Mondo. I'm a Steelbook collector. And to me, Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy are in my top 5 MCU movies of all time. So I didn't mind picking them up. So anyway, those are the 2 that I got. Next up is a documentary. As I said, these are in no particular order. This is 3 Identical Strangers. I actually saw this on a plane a few years back when I was traveling. I think I was going to Japan. And this one was one of the movies on the flight that you could pick from. And I watched it. I was very interested in it. I've seen it twice, or I might have seen it 3 times. Very interesting story. I like documentaries. I went ahead and picked this one up on DVD. There is a Blu-ray of it as well, but the DVD was less than half the price. And you know, for a documentary, I don't mind getting a documentary on DVD. I believe they're actually doing an adaptation, like an actual movie adaptation of this story. So anyway, a really interesting documentary. Next up is Star Trek First Contact on 4K. This is the first Star Trek movie that I've actually upgraded to 4K. I got this as part of the 2 for 3 deal. I got a pretty good deal on it. I ended up paying, once you get the discount, like I think $13. I would have gotten a few other Star Trek 4Ks and upgraded, but most of them were out of stock, the ones that I wanted anyway. First Contact is like my second favorite Star Trek movie. And, you know, I wanted to get the 4K. I'm looking forward to checking this one out 4K because I heard some good things about it. So, yeah, First Contact, great movie. I actually got a poster right behind you guys. Next up is the Shannara Chronicles Season 1. This was an MTV show. I remember watching it when it came out. It's kind of like Legend of Hercules, Xena, Legend of the Seeker. It's that kind of thing, like swords and sorcery type of deal. It is based on a book, and you know, I thought it was okay. I remember it being okay. It's not really on any streaming services. I think it might be on Tubi, but I don't like watching a lot of shows, movies on Tubi if I don't have to because of the commercials in it. I think it's a great option and I do watch it, but for certain things, I just rather would go and pick it up. I got this as part of the 2 for 3 deal, so I ended up getting season 1 and season 2, and I basically ended up paying $10 a piece, so for $20, I've got the complete series. Again, I remember the first season being interesting enough and the second season not being as good. This was a Steelbook that I went ahead and ordered on Walmart. This has been in and out of stock. It's been out of stock more than it's been in stock, which is the Rambo First Blood Steelbook. This is the same Steelbook that was packaged in the group package of the Rambo Steelbooks that sells for like hundreds of dollars now. So they're putting out some of these individually. They got First Blood and Last Blood through Walmart. And if you can catch this actually online at Walmart, I think it's a good deal. I haven't opened it yet. I can't wait to check it out and actually compare it, see how the 4K is compared to the Blu-ray, which I already have. But Rambo First Blood is definitely the best Rambo movie. Like, it's not even close, in my opinion. It's a great movie. And yeah, I'm a Steelbook collector, so went ahead and picked this one up. I think it was selling for like $27. Another one I got, Matilda. Going from Rambo to Matilda. I actually ordered both of these at the same time, and I can only imagine the person packaging this. Like, who's this going to? Who's the person who's getting Rambo First Blood and Matilda?
Who are you?
Well, I'm that person. I like Matilda. It's one of those movies I grew up watching. I haven't seen it in a really long time. This is the 4K Steelbook that released last year, and it was marked down, I think, $21. And since I didn't own the movie, no brainer for me as a Steelbook collector who likes the movie. Went ahead and picked it up. Let's see, what do we got? Clerks on Blu-ray. I bought this one digitally a few years back because the Blu-ray was out of print. And I already own Clerks 2. I hate Clerks 3, but I love the first 2 Clerks movies. And I was like, you know what? I know I already own this digitally, but I kind of want to own it physically and be able to put it on my shelf. So that way I have Clerks 1 and 2 sitting by each other. So again, this was part of the 2 for 3 deal. So I think I ended up paying like $8 or something like that after the discount for it. So not bad. We got some more documentaries here. We got a Star Trek documentary, a Back to the Future documentary, and a Ghostbusters documentary. I haven't seen the Ghostbusters one. I've seen just about every Back to the Future behind the scenes thing known to man because it's my favorite movie. And obviously I'm a huge Star Trek fan. If you couldn't tell by the amount of videos that I put out on the channel and my Deep Space Nine station and all of my ships behind me, kind of crazy. Yes, I'm a Star Trek fan. I did like the For the Love of Spock movie. This was done by Leonard Nimoy's son. Pretty good documentary if you are a Star Trek fan. Back in Time doesn't have a whole lot extra if you're a big Back to the Future behind the scenes fan. There's not really anything new necessarily in the documentary, but it is worth getting, and I haven't seen the Ghost Heads documentary yet. But anyway, I got all 3 of these, and I ended up paying like $8 for all 3 movies, so that's a pretty good deal. Next up is another 2-pack. This one has Dumb and Dumber and The Mask, and I really just got this for The Mask, but I didn't own either movie. I was really hoping they would come up with a Steelbook of The Mask or a 4K of The Mask, but yeah, there really hasn't been anything for years, and I didn't own either of these movies. I want to watch The Mask, so I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and pick it up. Again, this was majorly discounted. I think after the discount on it, I paid $6. So $3 a movie. Good deal out there. Next up was Air. I actually saw this one in theaters. I don't go to theaters very often. Good movie. I want to go ahead and pick it up, especially now that Amazon Prime is charging you for commercial-free streaming, even if you already have Prime. It's one of the reasons why I advocate for physical media, even though I like streaming for what it is. Physical media, I can watch this movie without commercials. I own it physically. It's on my shelf. I can watch it when I want, and I did really like the movies. Next up is one of the James Cameron movies that I pre-ordered, and it took a whole month for them to actually send it to me, even though I pre-ordered it. The Abyss. I did finally get these up. They actually sent them to me in the mail, which was nice, considering I pre-ordered them, and it's a month after release, and I'm finally getting them. And I did a whole video complaining about, the fact that pre-orders apparently mean nothing anymore. But regardless, I did actually get it. I actually just watched The Abyss a few days ago on 4K. It looks really good. It basically just looks like a brand new movie. It'd been a while since I seen it. Just as good as I remember watching it from like a decade ago. And it actually looks really, really good. The other one is True Lies. This was the other James Cameron movie that came out. I haven't opened this one yet and checked it out. I am looking forward to checking it out, though. I do really like True Lies. Both The Abyss and True Lies I've harped on for years, talking on this channel. Like, when are we going to get these things on 4K? and they bypassed Blu-ray, went directly to 4K. So anyway, looking forward to checking out True Lies. I said earlier, I'm a Star Trek fan, and this month is First Contact month, so they've had some really good deals on Amazon. I did a video talking about all the Star Trek deals they had on Amazon. But I went ahead and picked up Star Trek Enterprise, the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray, it's not even DVD. Now, the packaging stinks for all of these releases. CBS has terrible packaging for these complete sets, so I'm going to have to get different boxes to put these discs in so I actually can get easy access to them because, again, the packaging sucks. But really good deal. 4 seasons of Star Trek Enterprise. If you are a Star Trek fan and you kind of bypass Star Trek Enterprise, go back and revisit it. I think you'll probably like it, especially compare it to the things that are coming out now. I think there's a appreciation there, especially for the last couple seasons. The last 2 seasons here are really good. So anyway, pick that one up. Next up is Planet Earth 3 on 4K. I got this one as part of a 2 for 3 deal as well. I think I ended up paying like $18 for it. Pretty good. I really do love these BBC nature documentaries, particularly Blue Planet 2. That's my favorite one. I love Blue Planet 2. But I haven't gone through this entire series yet. When I want to relax, I put this in. I have a 120-inch screen. I got a projector and have the sound and the just relax. Next up is a 4K movie, Monster Squad. This is by Kino Lorber. It's a really good movie. I actually just checked it out 2 years ago, I think, for the first time. I remember hearing about it all the time. If you haven't seen it, if you like Goonies and you like Universal Monsters, that's basically what it is. It's got the vibe of those. I didn't own it, and the 4K came out. Is pretty overpriced. I mean, I think the cheapest you can get it is like $32. I wouldn't pay $32 for it. Me personally, I think that's just overpriced. It's like new release prices. So, but I got this as part of the 2 for 3 deal. So I ended up paying under $20 for it. So I was like, you know what? Now's the time to do it when the 2 for 3 sale's up. So I went and picked it up. Got For All Mankind season 1 on Blu-ray. I've actually seen this first season twice. I've seen the show all the way through twice. There's 4 seasons of it. A really good show. It's an alternate history of what if the Russians beat US to the moon. I like alternate history stuff. I love NASA. I love space. Done by Ronald D. Moore, who has did Battlestar Galactica reboot. I worked on Star Trek, and he's a really good showrunner. And I really like this show. And this is the only season that they've put out so far. It was on Apple, Plus, Apple TV Plus, whatever. I subscribed to Apple TV Plus just to watch this show, and that's really the main reason why I did. I wanted to support the release. I wanted to go ahead and pick this one up to hopefully get the rest of the seasons physically because I think it's a pretty good show. Next up is another documentary DVD. We got 24 by 36, which is a documentary about movie posters. You can actually watch this one for free on YouTube. So why did I buy it? Well, I'm a physical media collector. I'm trying to fill out some of my documentary sections, and who knows how long it's going to be for free on YouTube. Stuff gets wiped from streaming and all this stuff all the time, so I might as well get it while it's available. I got this one for $10 on Target. It was a part for 2 for 3, so I paid like $6, I think, for it. And this is selling on Amazon for like $20. So, but it's a really good documentary. I've already seen it before. I like movie posters. I collect movie posters. I do some like amateur graphic design posters. So, yeah, a really good documentary. If you haven't checked it out, might as well check it out now while it's on YouTube. We got Lenticular. This was Pirates of the Caribbean 4 on Stranger Tides, which is okay. It's not terrible. It's not the greatest. I haven't seen it in a really long time. I really just got it for the lenticular purposes. Blu-ray 3D. This is one of them I got at my used bookstore. I only paid $6 for this. And anytime I can pick up a lenticular Blu-ray 3D for $6, I mean, that's a pretty good deal. I already own the movie, but the box was just destroyed in a move one time. So now I got a new box. I got the better version of the movie. And I think lenticulars are, I definitely think they're underrated. We need more lenticular. Next up is a movie called Yesterday. This guy, he gets sent into an alternate universe where he's the only one who remembers the Beatles existed. So the Beatles don't exist in the universe that he gets put into. The premise is more interesting than the movie itself, but the movie is okay. I went and picked it up. I got it for like $2. I'll probably go back and check this one out again at some point. It's mostly just a love story, but there's enough in the movie that I think is worth going back and revisiting. But it's one of those that's high concept, but the delivery doesn't quite live up to what the concept is. Next up is Drill Bit Taylor. I got this one for $1. I may already have this one. I couldn't remember. I haven't even checked my shelf to see if I already owned it or not. This one came out when I worked at Blockbuster. Yes, I worked at Blockbuster back in the day. And this one we got like 8 copies of, and they were rented out all the time. I don't know why. Basically, Owen Wilson plays a homeless guy who gets hired as a bodyguard for these kids who are getting bullied. And one of the bullies is Josh Peck, which is kind of funny. But anyway, it was only $1. Went in and picked it up. I got this Steelbook, only $2. So yeah, $2. We got Hunger Games Catching Fire, which I think maybe my favorite Hunger Games movie. I think it's the best out of the 4. The only one that comes close is like the first one. Not really a fan of whatever the 2-parter was that ended it. But yeah, I only got this for $2. Anytime I can pick up a Steelbook for $2, even though I already own the movie, $2. I can't say no as a Steelbook collector. I Am Bruce Lee. This is another documentary. You can see I've picked up a lot of documentaries recently. I haven't seen this one yet. I've seen other Bruce Lee documentaries. I have the Bruce Lee biopic. I've got Bruce Lee movies. I've got Bruce Lee art. I really like Bruce Lee. So this is one I haven't actually watched. So I got this one at the used bookstore for $3. I was like, cool, something that I haven't seen. And so went and picked it up. D2, The Mighty Ducks DVD. Remember I told you the last collection update I did? DVDs. This is why I still get DVDs. This was exclusive to the Disney Movie Club, which is no longer selling movies. So this DVD just went up in stock, but I got it for $1 at the used bookstore. And I already own the first one on Blu-ray. I don't own D2 or D3. So I picked up D3 also. And this one is still sealed it has a Walmart sticker on it. I paid, I think, $2 for this one. I think it was $1 and $2. So I got both of these for $3. It is weird though on my shelf, but once I do work it in, because I have the first one on Blu-ray and then the other 2 I have on DVD, but you know, with them being part of the Disney Movie Club, skyrocketing price for those Blu-rays, but I don't know. I wish that Disney would just release them on Blu-ray. Just do that, Disney, you know, just do that. Next, we've got another Steelbook, still wrapped up. Walk Hard, Dewey Cox story. This was an impulse buy at Walmart. They only had one left. It was one that I had debated on getting here and there whenever I've come across it. And you know what? I was just like, I think it's just Blu-ray. Is it worth getting? Yes, because I really like the movie. I think the Steelbook's great. It's $20. Another impulse buy. I picked up the same time as Walk Hard. I must have been in an impulsive mood that day. I picked up the Goof Troop. This is 54 episodes of the Goof Troop. It's still sealed up. I don't know if I'll open it up and watch it or not. But I remember the show whenever I was a kid, and I was like, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to watch some of these episodes again. Yeah, and it was only $10 for 54 episodes, so sure, why not? Next up is War of the Worlds on 4K, and one thing I don't like about Amazon is it seems more often than not they don't send you the slips. I like the slips. I think that they add to the visual appeal of the movie. They're like book covers to me. I like them. This one didn't have one, but I did get the 4K for like $8. Really good deal. I do like the original War of the Worlds. I'm a sci-fi fan, obviously. And Scream. This is the trilogy on 4K. This was recently on sale on Amazon for like $27. So that's less than $10 a movie. It includes all 3 4Ks. It also includes the Blu-ray with 2 documentaries. I really like Scream. I've done a Scream video on this channel. I really wish they'd release Scream 4 on 4K. It's the only one to not be released on 4K, and I really like Scream 4. That's one of my favorite Scream movies, so I'll be looking forward to getting that out to fill out this collection. But it's all of them individually packaged in this pretty nice box here. Yeah, really cool. I think for like $27, less than $10 a movie, I think it was worth it. I'm happy with that purchase. Fringe. I got the final season. I owned 1 through 4 on Blu-ray, and I didn't have season 5. And I was like, okay, can I find season 5 on Blu-ray? Well, online it's like $30 or $40, and I didn't want to spend that to finish the collection. I could get the DVD, but have the other ones on Blu-ray. So I was like, man, I don't know if I'll ever get the last season. And after a year of going to the used bookstore on and off, they finally had season 5 on Blu-ray. I kind of overpaid, I think, for it, at least more than what I would want to pay, which is $15. But considering it's going for like $35 or $40 online, I guess that's not a bad deal. But anyway, I'm glad to actually have this to complete my collection. Fringe is a really good show that doesn't get talked about enough. Next up is a collection of of series, individual seasons that I got. And that's Little House on the Prairie. I enjoy Little House on the Prairie. I got these on Blu-ray, again, part of the 2 for $3 sale. So I actually got all 6 of these seasons for, I think, almost $10 a piece by the time they were all marked down. I got, these are all out of order, but I got whatever season this is, season 2, and then season 3, and then season... was it 4? Okay, maybe they're not out of order. Season 5, season 6, and here's the first season. Everything had slips except for the first season. The first season was the only one they sent me that didn't have a slip. That was kind of disappointing because I'm like, I've got the slips for all of the rest of them. Anyway, the rest of the seasons were actually released on Blu-ray exclusive through Amazon. They're out of print. They're way expensive if you want to get them. I think they're over $100 a piece, assuming you can even find them in stock on eBay. So I'm not going to be paying that for them. I'll just get the DVDs if I want to get the rest of them. But you know what? Little House on the Prairie, it's my feel-good show. It's kind of like the Planet Earth. Next up are 6 Steelbooks that I picked up. We've got A New Hope. And here's the thing is I picked these up because of the back of the Steelbook. I actually have these up on the wall because of the back of the Steelbook. You got A New Hope. We've got Empire Strikes Back. Classic poster there. Got Return of the Jedi. Really good. And I think this was the last thing from Disney to release with actually having Slave Leia. I'm pretty sure this one did come out while... after Disney had bought them. So this has got to be one of the last releases that actually have Slave Leia on anything because Disney sucks. But anyway, these are just the Blu-rays, by the way. And I already own these on Blu-rays. I just picked them up because I wanted the Steelbooks. Great Drew Struzan art there for the prequels. We've got Attack of the Clones. Another great Drew Struzan art there. I love that Drew Struzan did all of the posters for the prequels here. So yeah, I got all of those Steelbooks. They varied in price. I got a couple of them for as little as $3. Some of the other ones I paid $13 for, so completely different prices. All of them were used from the used bookstore. I picked them up over the course of months. Great pickups there. Got in General's impulse buy. I paid $1 for it. Haven't seen it before, so I don't know if it's any good. We've got Big with Tom Hanks, which I thought I already owned on Blu-ray. Apparently, I only had the DVD. So, yeah, pretty good pickup. $3. I really like this movie. This is like one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies. Still holds up. Really good and funny, too. Let's see. We've got Expendables 1 through 4. Now, this Steelbook I talked about, and in my Expendables video, this one came out the same time Expendables 4 did. This is a 4K set. I got this at the used bookstore for $20. I just got this because the Steelbook itself is friggin' awesome. Like, the Steelbook is great. That's the only reason I picked this one up. I can't believe somebody traded it in and that they were only selling it for $20. And last thing in my set here, we've got The Irishman, which I've seen twice. I really like it. I like Scorsese movies. This was really good. Some really good performances in this. It's still sealed up. This is my second or third Criterion collection that I ever got. I picked it up from the used bookstore, brand new, still sealed up for like $18. I was very surprised to find this thing, and I had to go and snatch it up because, again, Netflix owns the rights to it. Well, who knows? Those may go away, and the only way you can watch it is to have the physical media. So, yeah, really good. Plus, I'm interested to actually watch it and compare it to how the visuals look on streaming, because even though I pay for 4K streaming on Netflix, streaming 4K is not the same as actually watching 4K. And I believe this is a 4K release. Nope, it's a Blu-ray release. Okay, never mind. But it is approved by Scorsese.
Is this toothbrush approved by the American Dental Association?
It says so on the sticker right here. So I'm glad I got through a few stacks of movies. Hopefully within the next few months, we'll go through some more collection updates and I'll get all of that updated. Once I get all of the stuff that I've picked up over the past year updated in some videos and share them, talk about that stuff with you guys, I'm going to pull everything off the shelf and have to reorganize. And as collectors, we know how fun that can be. But I am actually looking forward to actually working stuff in the collection because it just makes it so much easier to find what you want. Right now, I have a shelf of just completely random things that I've picked up. So I'm looking forward to getting those actually properly categorized. So if you like this collection update, I'm going to be doing some more of them. And we talk about physical media here on the channel, so please consider subscribing. I want to thank everybody for sticking around on this video. Thank you, subscribers. All of you are awesome. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Geetrue64, and I'll always tell you the truth.